Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome to my predicament. So we've been doing YouTube for a little over 9 years. Because we're about to reach a decade of YouTube, I've been thinking about what we're doing with this. Honestly, this is the point in a YouTuber's career where usually they reach burnout and their channel disappears from the platform. Originally, I started posting videos because I wanted to document my journey as an artist and share it with people out in the world. I wanted to challenge myself because I was highly introverted. I knew that the more that I put myself out there in doing videos and stuff, the more comfortable I would get with this kind of format of putting myself out there, along with doing shows and art shows and things like that. Just getting comfortable speaking my opinion. I was learning the ropes in having an art career, and I wanted to share my opinion of the experiences that I was having. Because the truth is that, like, I'm not really doing YouTube as a career. Trust me, I'd be doing YouTube a lot better if I was doing it as a career. I'm doing YouTube as a method of expressing myself, or at least that's what I thought. First question I ask when it comes to any kind of creative project is, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this?
And I'm not really sure I know what our channel is. Basically, we just set out to, like, share our voice and talk to other creatives. Of course, from a marketing perspective, that doesn't make any sense.
If I'm being honest, I really haven't thought about what my why is in a while when it comes to the YouTube videos, because it's always been very much attached to my art career, and I know what my why is when it comes to my art and putting myself out there. But the problem is that when you're working on one thing and you're working on a different project, you do have to do this across the board. So, like, why is it that I'm creating YouTube videos? You know, and in the past it was so I could document my epic fails and my momentary moments of brilliance and share them with an online community. And let me tell you, your motivations can't be, why am I doing this? Because it makes me money. Muddies the waters when you're looking at it.
Here he goes again. Here goes Rafi talking about all this airy-fairy mindset stuff. Give us some facts, Rafi. Give us some facts.
If I were to look at YouTube and be like, am I doing this for the money? I am definitely not doing this for the money.
Quite possibly the easiest way to make money is to sell an expensive artist course to people that want to become full-time artists.
You see, the world has changed. You don't need to do art shows anymore. Pick up my awards now.
Any of you guys that have a YouTube channel, you know that YouTube payout is piddly. The only way to really make money on YouTube is to have a bunch of sponsors sponsor videos, and we turn down sponsors all the time because they're just not stuff that we recommend, other than Canvy.com. And we have the links down below for discounts for you guys, but we do a piss poor job of promoting them. We do a piss poor job of promoting ourselves, so yeah. Am I doing this because I want fame and glory? Well, not really. We've been doing this for over a decade, and we are barely scratching at 40,000 subscribers, which is no small feat, but it's taken us 10 years to get there. So what is my selfish reason for doing this? I think my selfish reason for doing this is because I want to document my journey, and because I have a voice. So that works for me. It's like, this is a platform that allows me to share my voice with the world, which is something that I really, really want to do. It's the reason that I create art, is because I want to express myself. I want to share myself. I have a voice. I spent most of my life being quiet, and this platform allows me the opportunity to verbally speak to you. I think this brings me to the second question I ask whenever I'm looking at a project, which is, does this improve my life in some way? I mean, if I'm thinking about it, does this improve my life in some way? It allows me an excuse to procrastinate on other things because I'm busy editing videos. The improvement in my life has been being introduced to the community, but that's kind of a double-edged blade, because I get introduced to this amazing community of artists out there that are like-minded, that love the videos, and along with that comes all the other stuff, you know, the trolls, the haters, all that, all those. You got dumb people out there that are trying to impress other people by putting other people down, and it just...
Sometimes they leave you drunk, mean comments in the middle of the night on your social media page.
Yeah. But I think the biggest issue that's been taking away from my life is time.
Time is still marching on. stuff.
There's just time constraints and money. Again, talking about finances and stuff, it takes a lot of time to film these videos. Unlike a lot of other YouTubers, I don't have a crew. It's me editing video, it's us filming stuff, it's us trying to record podcasts. But I think the real problem here of whether or not it's improving my life, whether or not it's like brought growth into my life, is that the content has pretty much stayed the same for a while. If I'm not challenging myself, I'm not growing. So that could be the thing, because if you're not growing, then you're going to face burnout. You're going to face burnout because why are you doing a thing? Are you just doing a thing because you're trying to churn it out? Because if you're not challenged by the thing, you know, it's going to get boring after a while. But I think one of the biggest issues there is that you run into the whole like YouTube way of doing things, you know, like all the advice out there of have a video every week.
Every good routine has jazz hands.
Oh my God. Well, if I don't meet this expectation, then everyone will go away and like all this stuff. And man, it could really, really mess with the reason why you do this and whether or not it helps improve your life or not. And here's the thing, like none of you guys have ever demanded like, make sure that you post consistently and all that stuff. Sure, you'll miss us if we're gone for a little bit, but like, you guys don't go anywhere. You guys are always patient with us. You guys understand. So the next question that I ask is, what do I need to do with this project in order to improve my life, to help improve my life in some way, shape, or form? Or is it time to let it go? And in all honesty, like I said, unless you're sponsored, you're not really going to be raking in any money on YouTube. And, you know, camera equipment, stuff like that over the years has cost a lot of money. Luckily, we have an awesome Patreon community. Some of you guys support us. So you guys are who are supporting these videos. I probably would have quit doing YouTube videos when we moved because things got really, really tight and really, really difficult for us. And we just didn't have enough time or money to be able to do anything other than what we needed to do in order to make money. And we're still recovering from that, but luckily we had the Rogues there with us throughout that whole thing. Leaving the finances out of it, I have to figure out a personal reason of what is it, how is it that I could use this, our YouTube channel, in order to grow in my own career. Posting whenever a video is ready, instead of trying to stay to some kind of consistent schedule of like posting once a week. We have over 500 videos on our channel, and you know, I'm proud of most of them, but there are some that are not that great because there was a time crunch when I was trying to film that video. I've wanted to do longer documentary style videos for YouTube that still cover the same subject. It's still like the same stuff, but it's almost like that style of like following something for a month or following something for a year, and something where I'm capturing my own growth at this point in my art career. For example, this year I'm filling out artist grants. I'm also applying to a bunch of galleries in our new area for exhibitions and things like that. The problem is like I could sit there and do a video about grants, but what really excites me is capturing my journey through the entire process and then sharing that with you instead of just doing a video where I'm talking about grants and I'm talking about what I learned up to that point. I want to document the process itself, all the ups, all the downs, all the stuff, and the result. That's a long-term project that's going to go in. Those projects, honestly, when I think about those, that excites me. That excites me. So I think the question is, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here when it comes to the YouTube videos? I think it's time for a change. I think it's time for a change. I don't think I'm going to get rid of these kind of talking head videos because I do enjoy just having a conversation with you guys and all that stuff. But I think that the time crunch, the thing with time, needs to just go away. And I recommend that for anybody that's doing YouTube videos. If you guys want to know what the questions are that I ask myself, why am I doing this? Does it improve my life? What do I need to do with this particular thing that I'm doing in order to improve my life? Or is it time to let it go? And then where do I go from here? It gives me a much more clearer sense of where I want to go. The moment that you start to feel stagnant in something, right, where things get comfortable, then they get boring, and honestly, you want to do them less. I wish I had a definite plan for you guys on what we're going to do from YouTube, but honestly, that's going to take me a while to get there. I could tell you this, we're not going to go away. We're not retiring, but we are going to need to change things up a bit, switch things up, I think personally for the better. The things that I don't want to do with YouTube is A, burn out on YouTube, B, be bored with what I'm doing with YouTube, and C, not know why I'm doing it. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to do anything in life unless you know what your why is. And if you don't know your why and you're not definite in your why, then why do it? I think over the years, YouTube was this thing that just kind of grew organically, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it because it was just kind of like this side thing that I was doing. There's got to be renewed direction and growth, because just like with any other project, your art career, your life, you're going to evolve, you're going to grow, you're gonna want to get to that, you're gonna want to level up.
Here goes Rafi talking about all this airy-fairy mindset stuff.
We're not going to retire, we're not going anywhere, but we are going to take the month of March off in order to figure out this YouTube thing so that we can come back with a vengeance and a new plan, something that we're really, really excited about. Because we adore you guys, we love you guys, and if the excitement is waning in any way, shape, or form when it comes to what it is that we do, like, that needs to be fixed. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble about what we're gonna do with YouTube, even though there's no real answers here as far as like what direction we're gonna go with YouTube. I gave some ideas, I'm very excited about those, so those might be it. Either way, we'll be back in April, and yeah, other than that, I absolutely adore you guys, and I'll see you in April. Adios.